some people, baby-led weaning is like, oh, you know, I'm gonna like make them this gourmet meal. If that's you, I love that for you. For me, it's like, here, have the crust off of your brother's bread. Hello to all of you beautiful birthing people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth. I am a labor and delivery nurse, certified childbirth educator, content creator here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. But today I am coming to you as a person who gave birth 9 months ago. My baby has been out now as long as she was in. She was a little bit late herself. She went to 40 days and 3 weeks gestation. And I thought I would give you guys a postpartum and baby update, kind of really the only one that you're getting past that initial 6 weeks. I'm kind of trying out the center part thing because like I think that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not sure if it's really the mood or if I look like Dwight Schrute, but that is what it is. Let's go ahead and jump into things. So the first thing that I wanted to cover as I put on makeup with you guys is not really the first thing, but the thing that comes to mind is my skin. So postpartum, when you're breastfeeding, when you're pregnant, you can't use retinol. You can't use like retinoids like vitamin A and stuff because it's just not approved for pregnancy or for breastfeeding. So my skin is like absolute garbage. I'm not breaking out presently, but I do still have a lot of breakouts and just like a lot of scarring from all the breaking out that happened due to the pandemic mask wearing, which, you know, still wearing a mask over here at work for 13 hours. And that makes it hard for my skin to breathe. And I need something. I'm getting older, 31 years of age. On Monday is my 31st birthday, on the 21st. And it's a lot. So that is currently what we're doing skin-wise. Like, I just feel like hormonally and everything else, just like sleep deprivation wise, like taking care of my skin has not been a priority, and the thing that my skin really needs to really help with cell turnover I can't use yet. So when I'm done breastfeeding, and good Lord knows when that will be, that is my next thing that I will be into. And I do have a ring light here. I'm incredibly pale, and this is washing me out even more, so you can't really see like the redness, but I feel like you can kind of see here where I didn't cover up, and I've got just some fine lines. I have some melasma right there that I've had throughout all of my pregnancies. So I want to take good care of my skin, better care of my skin. You know, I wear sunscreen and stuff because hello, I'm just skin cancer in a bottle. But yeah, I need a little bit of help. So that's currently where we are on that front. I only covered that first because I am currently covering up my skin. But speaking of not being able to use medications while breastfeeding, a big thing that I feel like I owe you guys an update on is breastfeeding. So for those of you who don't know, my second had tongue tied and it was released, but he still wasn't able to nurse, so I exclusively pumped for him. Rosie had one, and we actually had to have it released twice, both a tongue and a lip tie for all of them. Breastfeeding's still going. So it's still happening. Is it perfect? No. Is anything truly perfect? I feel like, you know, you get past that age, and I forgot this because I didn't breastfeed Holden. You know, I didn't put him directly to the breast. How distracted these children are. I mean, popping on and off, looking around, saying hi, waving to people, coming off and like nibbling at the end of my nipple is her new thing because she's currently cutting like 12 teeth. She still really is just a nosy Nelly. She needs a quiet place to nurse, and we do a lot of nursing in the carrier during the day, especially like even when I'm putting her down for naps, so that I can kind of be pacing, giving her a little bit of movement and distraction to distract her from being distracted, if you will. And I do not know when I'm going to stop breastfeeding. It'll definitely be past a year. One of us doesn't want to breastfeed anymore, then we'll drop it. But I mean, this girl's a little boob monster. She loves breastfeeding. Even just like her favorite thing is sometimes, you know, she just wants to come over and latch on and get like a big mouthful of milk and then just spit it on me. It's super fun. I so value this breastfeeding relationship, and I did work very, 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 very hard for it. it was such a challenge in the beginning, and it was something that brought me so much anxiety, so much stress. I'm really thankful that it's working now. Kind of going off of that is our sleep update. So a lot of people have asked me on Instagram, like, oh my gosh, what are your opinions on sleep training? How are you getting your baby to sleep? Well, short answer is I'm not really getting her to sleep. Like, she's doing the best she can. She has recently, she had a few weeks, maybe a week, where she was sleeping totally through the night. And that was a beautiful thing for us. That did not continue. She's now waking up about once a night to nurse, which honestly, I think she gets a lot of calories during that time because she's just like basically asleep in nursing. So she actually is focusing on just the task of nursing and not focusing on gooning. So I'm totally fine with that kind of being her routine for now. With her sleep increasing and also solids increasing, my milk supply definitely has gone down, but I had a pretty heavy oversupply. So, I mean, I went from pumping more than she needed to less, but still more than she needs. It has been a little hard mentally for me to like wrap my head around the fact that like it's okay if I'm only pumping 4 to 5 ounces every 3 to 4 hours, which I know sounds like a ton to some people and not a ton to other people. With Holden, I was pumping like 6 to 8 ounces every 3 to 4 hours for a total of like 4 to 8 ounces a day. Well, a breastfed baby never needs that much milk. So like I had an oversupply, and it's okay if it's a little bit less. I have stopped. I was pumping once a day to have milk in the freezer so that I was less stressed, to kind of like take the edge off my morning engorgement. I've totally stopped that because I just don't have time to keep doing that. I have a freezer that is full of milk. I've donated some of that milk because I am currently low dairy for Rosie. She's not allergic, but it does make her constipated when I eat a lot of dairy. So I do very, very limited dairy. But yeah, that's something that has changed and has made everything just a lot easier and a lot less stressful. So I'm really glad to have kind of gotten through that phase of needing to pump constantly. Something else that has changed is I have stopped recording how long her feeds are, how often she's feeding, and her wet and her poopy diapers, because I know that she's feeding well. I know that she's getting enough. And that was like kind of a symptom of my postpartum anxiety, was needing to record all of those things. And I don't feel like I need to as much. Speaking of postpartum anxiety, postpartum depression, I am doing really, really well on that front. I have been able to wean off of the medications that I was on, which I'm really thankful for. I was on Buspar twice a day, 5 milligrams each, and then Zoloft, 100 milligrams. And honestly, I weaned off of Buspar just because it was really, really hard for me to remember to take it twice a day, especially because I have hypothyroidism. So I have to take my Synthroid, which is my hormone replacement for my thyroid. And you have to take that on an empty stomach. And so I was having a really hard time taking the Buspar. So I weaned off of that one first. And then the Zoloft I went down slowly on because that was a pretty hefty dose of Zoloft. But in general, I'm feeling really, really good. Things that are helping with my mental health significantly is the weather change. It's finally like nice outside. I'm getting outside and moving my body, which is definitely beneficial for your mental health in general. Like, try and take a 30-minute walk every day if you can. I swear, you know, obviously that's not going to replace. This is just getting worse and worse. I don't know if you guys can see. I have like 17 million black hairs on my forehead. A walk is not going to replace medication, but it's definitely something to think of in addition to, or when you're weaning off of, just how important getting out and moving your body is. Now, as far as moving my body postpartum, I don't feel like I have a prolapse. I don't have any signs or symptoms of prolapse, but I do have signs or symptoms of a dysfunctional pelvic floor and a dysfunctional core. I still have a little bit, it's like a hint of SPD pain occasionally. So symphysis pubic dysfunction pain, which is pain like right here with movement. That's my pubic bone. It might not be super obvious, I am wearing a dress. But I also am having a lot of like hip pain when I'm walking and moving my bodies, and in bed, like I'm having a hard time getting comfortable. And I was like, girl, you are not that old. I mean, yes, you're 31, and that does feel like a very significant age, but also like I'm not 70. So I am really excited because Dr. Michelle Little and she does Women in Motion Wellness. She's been on this channel before talking about postpartum health. She and I are actually going to do a collaboration on March 30th. I'm gonna go into her office. She's gonna do an exam on me. We're gonna film the whole freaking thing. We're gonna go over any of the finding that she has, any of the exercises and things that she recommends for me to just kind of get my body back in shape. I definitely still have the diastasis recti that I need to like deal with. But in general, I am back down to my pre-pregnancy weight, maybe fluctuating 5 pounds or so. And that's not always the norm for everybody. For some people, they really hold on to weight when they're breastfeeding, and it's okay if you're not down to your pre-pregnancy weight. I'm not doing anything in particular. This is just genetically what I do. But I definitely am a different shape. I definitely have more of like a mom pooch, and I think it's because my abdominal muscles are a little bit separated. So if I can work on kind of healing that through exercise and through her, I'm really excited. So if you guys have any questions on seeing a pelvic floor PT, leave them below. I will be sure to answer them in that video, and I think it's going to be like a really, really eye-opening, beneficial thing, because you guys are going to see it whole thing start to finish. Now, none of my lady bits, but you got to join the OnlyFans for that. Just kidding, because I do have creepers who ask me on Instagram to please send me a picture of their breasts so that they can masturbate to them. Thank you, smiley face. Insert the, I took a picture of what they said because I thought it was hilarious. I mean, it's disturbing, but hilarious. Some people have no shame. Anyway, but one way that I have been able to start filming more videos, be a little bit more active here on this channel, which I'm so excited to do because I have so much amazing content coming out for you guys, is a really big life update for us. So we recently moved into a larger house and we are loving it, and we are really enjoying the space. We had an extra bedroom and bathroom downstairs that we weren't using, like it was totally and completely empty. And my husband's youngest sister was kind of figuring out what she wanted to do. She's graduated from college, had her first job. It wasn't a great fit for her. She didn't love the city that she was living in. My husband's also in grad school. I work part-time. I do things with YouTube content creation, which is my passion project. So we asked her if she wanted to come and live with us while my husband was finishing grad school and help with the children a little bit while she's figuring out what she wants to do. So right now she does not have another job. I think eventually she will, and I don't know how long she'll be with us. He graduates in August. She is welcome to stay for as long as she likes. It has been such a blessing having her here. So in that way, I do understand like sister wives. I mean, she has been such a blessing. The village, man, it really takes a village, and it's hard because I have a really hard time trusting other people with my children, just especially with the pandemic and everything else. Really, the biggest thing that she has helped so much with is like, if somebody's napping, she can stay home while I pick up or drop off somebody else. My whole life is still spent in the car, but that has been great. And she also is just really able to help on Sunday when I work and my husband needs to be doing schoolwork, so that he's not staying up till like 2 or 3 a.m. every single day and then also working full time, because it wasn't really feasible for us. So that is how I am doing it all. The answer is help. And my mom lives here. My mother-in-law is very close by, so we have help from them on occasion too. That's how I'm doing it. And I still feel like a lot of days that I'm not doing everything I need to be doing, and I'm not doing enough. So I think the last update that I want to give you from me before going and grabbing my sweet little girl, for her to come give you her update on everything fun that she's doing, is that I am going to be going and taking my certification classes to become an international board certified lactation consultant, which hopefully will happen within the next 12 months. I have to take classes. The way that I get to do it is different from if you weren't a nurse. Basically, I have to have a certain number of hours that I'm working with lactating people, which I already have way more than, because I have been labor and delivery and postpartum nurse for 9 years. I'll take the class and sit for the exam, and then that will be another credential that I am really, really excited to kind of add to my credentials. Another kind of more education that I would love to bring you guys here on this channel. And I believe my work is going to be paying at least for the exam, but they might be paying even for the classes with tuition reimbursement, which would be so fabulous. Let me go get Rosie so that she can give you her life update on her sweet little adorable self. Okay, here she is. So, Miss Rosalie, you say hi. Can you wave, Rosie? Say hi. Hi. Can you say hi? So she can wave. She can say hi. She's got a few words. She says hi. She says hair, she says dada. She can say mama, although she doesn't say it very often. Normally just when she's upset. What, you have 2 teeth? You love to laugh and talk. She is pulling up to standing. She is crawling like a little demon. She's a total mama's girl. Say, I love to breastfeed. That's how I fall asleep every day. I have to breastfeed to sleep. And sometimes it makes mommy very, very frustrated because she's the only person who can do it. But she loves it so much. Yeah. She's cutting 2 top teeth. What, anything else you want to share before you get fussy? I'm not normally that fussy, except for when somebody's trying to keep me down. Say, you can't keep me down. You can't keep me down. Little girl. She's so sweet. But yeah, she is just the perfect little addition to our family. She's got her own little busting personality. We are doing baby-led weaning with her. She's eating everything but dairy. Basically, for some people, baby-led weaning is like, oh, you know, I'm gonna like make them this gourmet meal. If that's you, I love that for you. For me, it's like, here, have the crust off of your brother's bread that he won't eat. Here, have this piece of banana that your brother won't eat. Basically, you eat your brother's scraps, and I'm sorry, but he's kind of picky now, so. Anyway, I gotta go wrangle her because she is trying to crawl under the bed. What are you doing? You're crazy. You're crazy. But yeah, I hope everybody else is doing well. Give me your updates down below. How are you doing postpartum? How are you doing during your pregnancy? Let's just chat and catch up. Anyway, until next time. Bye, guys.